Happening tonight, you can catch a glimpse of an extremely rare lunar eclipse, weather permitting. The Super Wolfe Moon will be visible across the U.S. and South America for about just 3 hours.
A full lunar eclipse which will light up the moon blood red. Well, joining us in the studio to talk about this phenomenon and to let you know the best way to see it is astronomer Richard Tonello. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
How often do we see an event like this?
Well, this particular type of eclipse is actually quite a rare one because we're actually getting to see the sun setting and the moon rising at the same time. So that's actually quite rare, and it's actually for us here in Perth. We're the only ones who are actually getting to see it.
What we're seeing is the Earth casting its shadow on the moon. The Earth is blocking the sun, so the only light that's making it to the moon is what's refracted through the Earth's atmosphere. That casts a reddish glow.
So we've got the Earth's atmosphere. This plays a big part in all of this.
A Super Wolfe Moon will eclipse the night this weekend. This will be the first lunar eclipse of the new year and the last one until 2021. The moon will also be at its closest point to Earth in its elliptical orbit, making it appear slightly bigger and brighter, giving it the name supermoon.
Creating a blood moon. It's the longest eclipse this century, nearly 2 hours. These amateur photographers wanted to capture every minute. How is it to see?
It's a spectacular. I don't think I'll see again I think like this in my life.
No tickets required. This was a free show with no regard for borders. They gazed at the same moon in Gaza, in Israel, in Egypt.
Now, January 20th's supermoon is the first in a series of 3 that will take place. The first one, January 20th, the second one, February 19th, and the third one, March 21st. This is prophetic, and we're going to see from the Bible why this is so significant.
This is a prophecy alert, a prophecy alert. Another blood moon, but this one is a super blood moon directly over the United States of America on the 2nd anniversary of the swearing in of President Donald Trump to the presidency of this country. Is this an omen? Is this a sign of things that will happen those following 2 years? Well, there is definitely a sign of the end times, and America plays a key role in the end times.
It's a combination of 3 lunar events all at once. The next Super Wolfe Moon won't happen for another 18 years. So, is this how we get a werewolf-vampire combination?
I guess. I mean, that's it's one of those things where you just...
We look at the past. Remember, the Bible says that history repeats itself. If we were to go back to 1780, that's when the last dark day took place in the United States. And notice what it says here, speaking about the events that would transpire under the 6th seal, which is what we are currently living under. But notice these past events that the Bible prophesied here in Revelation 6, verse 12. The Bible says, "And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams. Young men will see visions. And upon my handmaidens in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call."
According to folklore tradition, January's full moon is also known as the wolf moon because it was thought to be the time of year when hungry wolves howled outside villages.
Just a little creepy, right? I mean, we've been talking about this. I don't know.
Where did they get
Things are gonna happen.
wolf in there?
So I think it was the first, is it the first full moon of the year or something?
I am not
like
an astronomer. I have no idea.
I like how we're looking at that.
I know.
Everyone does. It says here in Luke 21, and verse 25 through 27, the Bible says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." Very significant. When the sea roars, that's talking about a hurricane. When the waves roar, that's talking about a tsunami. So we're talking about catastrophic events by sea in connection with these signs in the heavens. Notice what it says now in verse 26. It says, "Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory."
I believe this super blood moon is an apocalyptic sign for the United States of America. It's going to be directly over the United States on the second anniversary of President Donald Trump being sworn in as the 45th President of the United States.
Warning went out late Friday by email from the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, and as you say, it is being called a rare public warning by those groups. The attacks are by a sophisticated set of actors, not clear exactly who's behind this.
I may declare a national emergency dependent on what's going to happen over the next few days. We have a meeting.
Understand that this one, the last year when there was that longest blood moon of the century was directly over Jerusalem in Jerusalem's 70th year as a nation. In that same year of that blood moon, of course, the red heifer was born. We knew the prophetic signs were pointing toward Israel, and America plays a role in that. And I believe that this super blood moon directly over the United States on the second anniversary of President Trump being sworn into office is a prophetic sign. It is going to be, without a doubt, a prophetic sign. I'll give you more information about that as we get closer. Are you serious? Are you saved? We're in the end times.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, cheat code. Here go all the cheat codes. I'ma give them all the cheat codes. Here go all the cheat codes. Food for thought, they out here starving on the streets, dog. What you doing about it? Here go all the cheat codes. My mama told me that it's every man for themselves. And God for us all, but I got the streets, dog. And I'ma give them all the cheat codes. 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 Yeah, cheat codes. I'ma give them all the cheat codes. They say life is just a game, here go the cheat codes. I'ma give them all the cheat codes. Yeah. Cheat codes. Sleeping on me, you can't even beat me in your dreams. First round draft pick, MVP of the team. You contemplating making plans, I already bounced. When you jumped off the porch, I was nowhere to be found. My intuition telling me the wave coming. Run up on me, you'll walk away. Stumble out, tunnel vision. On the corner watching cars. We hit the kitchen, sell a product and go to the mall. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I swear to God, that pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I pray to God and my pistol be my bodyguard. I ain't have my hand out, bro. Nigga motivation, couldn't find no empathy for a street nigga, that's discrimination. Don't play on me, I ain't got the patience. I was going through different phases, luckily I had an education. Start stenciling, start tracing. My intuition telling me the wave coming. Run up on me and you'll pay for it. Tunnel vision, bitch I'm in the trap for real. We hit the kitchen, sell the product and go pay the bill.